Hi, WHP. Go ahead, Steve. You're on the air.
Yeah, hi, this is Steve Young.
Yes.
I'm the guy in the article everybody's been talking about, as well as the video.
Oh, yeah. Steve Young. You attend meetings on a regular basis and you carry openly?
Yes, I do. In fact, if everybody would just pull out their license to carry firearms, you will not find the word concealed anywhere on it. And just by choice of comfort or style of dress, sometimes you might see my firearm, sometimes you might not. And I've been going to these meetings for over 5 years now. I also ran as the write-in candidate for mayor last year. The truth about the whole situation keeps getting twisted around. A lot of what's been said about Tony Smith is 100% on, but the mayor does need to also be singled out because a lot of this is in response to the shooting from Arizona. And if you remember, the mayor of York and the police chief just traveled to New York to grandstand with Mayor Bloomberg with Mayors Against Illegal Guns.
Oh, yeah? Who's the mayor in York?
That would be Mayor Kim Bracey.
How long has he been the mayor there?
She has been the mayor now for just over 1 year.
Okay. So, I mean, there's a bunch of gun control nuts down there in York.
That's what it's sort of seeming like.
And so, are you the reason why? Are you the reason why Tony Smith wanted to ban guns from city hall meetings?
Well, I'd hate to think that I'm the one. Her comments are a very fine line. Many people think that her comments are directed at me, but you know, if that was the case, she would be liable for some of those remarks. But it seems like she's able to throw mud without letting it stick, if you will. The comments that she made, I think the previous caller, which was Josh, he had just talked about a video that's online. That was at the last council meeting where Tony Smith went on a rant, and in that she was mentioning people with firearms going into parks where there are children. So we know that in York City, they do have an agenda against firearms in this city. It's well known at this point.
Yeah. And so what they want to do is just disarm all of the law-abiding citizens, knowing full well, unless they're just absolutely stupid, knowing full well the criminals aren't going to obey any gun bans.
Correct. We learned that in Virginia Tech. You know, one of the things...
We always learn that. We always know that. We always learn that. They never know that. They're never able to figure it out. That's why I call them gun stupid.
That's great. You know, recently, as part of this Mayors Against Illegal Guns, what they're trying to do, and this is not just York City, pay attention in all areas, they are trumping up fear that we need to now guard and protect all of our politicians. And it's going to enhance this, police state, and it's going to allow them to try to continue to take away our rights.
Well, you had some congressman, after the Tucson incident, you had some congressman saying that he was going to introduce a bill that would, I don't have the exact wording here, but in effect would outlaw any threats against a congressman or any symbols that could be interpreted as being a threat or whatever. It was just an insane statement that he made. I don't know whether he's introduced the bill or not.
Well, I hope not.
Let me ask you this: you're quoted as saying at the meeting last night that as much as I'm being singled out and called out for doing nothing wrong, I want to say that I'm just doing my job. The attacks on the members of the public need to stop. So what do you mean doing your job?
Well, if citizens do not go to meetings, you can only expect your city council to be a rubber stamp for the agenda in front of it.
Okay, so your statement of saying I'm just doing my job, it means that you're just going to the meetings every week.
I ask questions. That's the problem. If you ask questions about your budget, your city, the things that it's doing.
Yeah, okay. So that you're saying that's what your job is, to go to the city council meetings every week, right?
Yes, it's twice a month. There's several other.
Okay, so when you said the attacks on the members of the public need to stop, what do you meant? What did you mean by that?
Well, at that point, I was sort of addressing all the comments that had come out from Councilwoman Smith, where she said that we need nut houses to put these people in, talking about people who bring guns to public meetings or go into parks, people, law-abiding citizens. So I did feel that her remarks were personal towards me, but
so she said people like you should be in a nut house.
Well, that's what she said in the paper, where it says we should have nut houses for people like this. And in the video that was also mentioned, and I hope somebody scours the web. If you go,
so she wants to put law-abiding citizens who happen to own a gun in the nut house. Did she say anything about criminals?
Well, no. She said that the boy in Arizona, everybody thought that he was a good boy too. So what she's saying is, because of the shooting in Arizona, all of us are just going to, we're just liable to explode.
Well, she's wrong, because there's all kinds of people since that incident that didn't say he was a nice guy at all.
Well, that's the truth.
He was bizarre.
And that's why I thought that her comments were personal attacks towards those of us that attend the meeting. She didn't have to mention us by name. She offended every single law-abiding citizen.
All right. Well, thank you for calling in, Steve.
Thank you very much for your time.
Yes, sir. You have a good day.